Okay, so my internet is in and out again, so I don't know what to do about it. I'm not going to be talking that much as much as everybody else, so it'll be okay. Um, so tonight I really want to focus on what your why is, okay? And I know we've talked about this before, and I'm sure you've seen people post about it and talk about their whys, but there are so many new people, and there are so many people that have been in the business for a while that kind of need to reevaluate what they're doing. So I've asked two people tonight to come on and speak, and I just want them to share a little bit about their why and how they find it, and the things that they do every day in order to kind of work towards their goals. How they constantly remind themselves of why they do this. So that's kind of what I want to touch base on tonight. So Trisha has asked to go first, so I'm going to let her start. And then at the end, I'll kind of share a little bit about my why and kind of what I do. But yeah, so Trisha, if you want to take over, I just want you to share a little bit about your why. Things you do every day to kind of work towards your goals, and then how you keep yourself motivated, how you constantly remind yourself about why you do this business when things may not be going the way that you want, or they're a little bit harder than you have anticipated. So take it away. It's all yours, girlfriend.
All right. Thank you so much for having me share this tonight. You were completely choppy and broken up, so I really didn't hear what you said. All I said was take it away, girlfriend. So first of all, I want to tell you how crazy it is that you volunteered me to talk, because this is the thing. It is so important to remember why you're doing this, right? So I've been in the business, it's been a year, and I see you on there, Rainbow. Yay, I see you on here. She was looking for the ID. Okay, so I've been in the business, let's see, so June, so it was a year, July, August, September, October, November, December. So a year and a half, exactly. And it's so like easy to get wrapped up in what's not working, right? So when she volunteered me today, it was so funny because I just scrolled past that post and I was like, gosh, I should just talk, because when I talk about why I'm doing this, I get so excited and I start to remember why I'm doing this. All these loud kids, I have like 4 of them. So, and I start to really feel good about what I'm doing, right? So I forget about all the stuff that the day-to-day like struggles and all the things that aren't working, and then you start to remember why you're doing it. So I actually even wrote down, I was like, I was so scared and nervous, but I was happy that I was given this opportunity to talk about it, because we all get scared, we all get nervous, and like I said, you start to think more about all the things that are like the struggles in what you're doing, and then you stop thinking or remembering all the good thing and all the good things that come with the business and all the reasons why you are doing it. So I actually was so happy to start writing this stuff down. So just a little background. In the beginning, your why, right? Like I feel like a lot of everyone's why when you start is to make an extra income, right? So for me, I was like, have you ever heard of like, you're kind of in a job where you're like, been there, done that, you know, you can go to your job, and maybe some of you are even in this position where like you can go to your job and do it with your eyes closed, like in your sleep. And so I was at Phoenix Children's Hospital for 5 years, and I felt like I did my job better than anyone, but yet I still felt like I was completely replaceable in an instant. If I stopped showing up, they would find someone else, right? So that's kind of a yucky feeling. And then also too, like, different things started to happen, whether it be we weren't getting our Christmas bonuses based on patient reviews, or like you would get paid a certain amount and you wouldn't be able to get paid anymore until the following year, depending on your experience. It wasn't how good of a job you were doing, just all these sort of things that were stacking up. And I was like, gosh, I really just can't stand this corporate crap, because, quickly I learned in this business, the harder you work, the quicker you're rewarded for your hard work, right? So those were some of the reasons why I was happy to leave. But anyway, going back to then, the things that I was upset about as far as my current situation, point being, I didn't really know why I started. I knew I wanted extra income, but fast forward a year and a half later, mind you, I wrote down little things like the hour traffic in the morning. You know, that might not seem like a big deal to you guys, but an hour and 15 minutes on the 10 every morning just drove me insane. Like, it just drove me insane. And I'm so thankful I don't have to do that anymore. And then just knowing that no matter how hard I worked, like the girl next to me could be doing like just half-ass, and we still got paid the same. It didn't matter, right? So anyway, fast forward now. So it was awesome that, like I said, thank you again for letting me talk tonight, because even if it's all over the place, sorry. Now my why is, like, I get to be home with my kids every single day. You know, as everybody knows, I had another kid, so I have a newborn, and I'm home with him, and I get to just hang out with him. I don't have to drop him off somewhere like I did my other two. And I get to make my own schedule. Like, I look at my schedule for the week, and I like to set, you know, certain days for it works, even though it's hard, because I get it, you know, you get like excited and you want to do it all the time. But a year and a half into it, you'll realize you want to like set more of a schedule as to when you do it, just so you have that balance and that family time. But I get to make my own schedule. You know, I get to pick what days I do stuff like this. I get to pick what days I want to meet girls for lunch. And I'm just really excited about what I'm doing. Like, I get to share a product that potentially could change someone's life. And I've had numerous text messages from all different customers of mine that say things like, oh my gosh, I feel so amazing. You know, I've lost this much weight, or I've changed the way I feel, or I changed the way I look. And that to me is so awesome that we have that. You know, we have these sort of products that can change people's lives. And if you truly believe in the product, and everywhere you go, you don't miss the opportunity to share it with somebody, you will grow quickly. So that brings me to like a lot of like my why now. Like, I saw that a corporate company that I'd been with for 5 years, that I planned on being at for 20 plus years, was just not enough for me. Okay. So it wasn't giving me the money that I wanted. It wasn't giving me the freedom that I wanted. But then when I was introduced to It Works, I know now in my heart that I have something that could potentially take my family and I to a complete financial freedom like we've never known before, and continue to do all the great things that we have been doing. And just to touch on that, I did buy a brand new SUV with my bonus that It Works pays for every month. I did pay for a $5,000 Invisalign job that my teeth are so straight for. And I do pay for every single thing that I take my kids to do often, every day. So I just know that we have our hands on something that is so amazing. And if you put in the work, it pays you what you're worth. So that's like my biggest why. I would put in so much work at the hospital, I feel like, till I was like, I would come home and cry. I would lay in the bed and I would want to cry. And I was so exhausted, but my pay was always the same. Whereas this company will pay you what you're worth as far as how hard you work. So another last few things. I always get to meet new people. I met my very best friend, Rainbow, everyone knows, through this business. And I thought I had really great, awesome girlfriends for like 20 years. But, you know, we've created a friendship through this business that's been just so life-changing, because she's my bestie. And then, you know, everyone's so helpful. Ashley is so helpful. Everyone's there to help at any given time. I just love it. So simple, fun. I wrote down, let's see, that's about it. Rewarded for your hard work, created good friendships. Okay, so I think I covered everything.
Okay, so now that we've, now that you've talked about your why from the beginning and kind of where you are now, tell me things that you do to remind yourself of your why. Like when business gets tough, like if you're having an off day and...
To remind myself of my why when it gets tough?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to be so honest with you. This is the worst month of my entire business. Worst ever. And what I know and what I've seen happen in the best months of my business, I know that I can continue to create if I can just this is hard to say, because if I could just have a few people catch the vision of what this business could do for them, we could all create something amazing. But to be so honest with you, I had to lose the few people I thought I had in the beginning that we created this great momentum. I had to lose all of that, and now I am starting fresh. So if I could have everyone see what I see, what this company is capable of, and put in the work, and for the long haul, like, this isn't a get rich quick, okay? This is you put in the work, you create a solid team. This is not a one-person deal. This is a group effort. And when you create a solid team and you all stick with the vision and you all put in the work, you can create something so amazing. But when people don't want to put in the work and they decide to give up on their dreams so short, like, to me, 1 year is so short. So let's just say a 5-year plan. Give yourself a 5-year plan where you could see this vision and you can run with it and stay consistent. I know in my heart what it can create, but it's a matter of finding the few people, like the diamonds in the rough, that are willing to stick it out with you and run with you. And that's all there is to it. It's not a one-man show. It is a team effort. You have to have a team of people with you that are as down for the company as you are, or as down for the cause as you are. So just reminding myself that I know what I'm worth. I know that my hard work will pay off. I know that I can do this business. I know that being consistent, talking to every single person that you come into contact with, no matter what, and just being so proud of what you have. You have to remember, even if you just fall in love with like 2 or 3 products, you have to fall in love with some of them so you can share about them, because if you're not using the products, you will never go far in the business. So sticking to the basics, the steps to success, regardless of what everybody's doing, making sure that you're talking to everybody about the business, making sure that you're sharing about the products and what they can do for people, and just being consistent and knowing that your team will grow when it's your time. That's probably the best thing I could think of.
I love all that, because you're absolutely right. It's knowing what you're worth, and it's willing to be able to go through the highs and the lows. And it's like anything in life, you know what I mean? There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, and it's getting through the downs that are really going to set you aside from every other person that joins this business. That's what's going to separate you from the 1% that is up and on top, and the 99% that either give up too soon or can't really figure out why they're doing this business. So I commend you for that, because it is, there are highs and lows to this business. And I love, you are always so positive, like so positive. And I love that about you, because I feel like I'm the same way. I feel like you'll never really know if I'm having a bad day, because it's just not something that I dwell on. It's not something that I go out and talk to a lot of people about. And that's just something that I've always done personally. It's just who I am. I just know myself, and I know if I go down that hole of darkness. Am I cutting out?
Oh, I hate this.
Can't hear me?
No, not really.
I saw Hannah's face, kind of gave it away.
Just that you can't tell if you're having a bad day.
Yeah, so like, I know myself. I know if I let myself go down those dark holes, it will be very hard for me to crawl out of. So I just make it a point every day to stay as positive and keep my life positive and keep my Facebook positive. And it's just something that has always worked for me. And Trisha, I commend you for that, because I feel like you're a lot of the same. You do the same things, and I love you for that, because it's a big deal.
All right, one last thing. I will say that get yourself an accountability partner. So I feel like I was so lucky. Rainbow was lucky to have me. No, I'm just kidding. So having somebody that you are helping each other get pushed to your maximum limit, things that make you so uncomfortable, and every single day saying like, hey, so I'm signing some new DTs today, I'm signing some loyal customers today, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, you have to have somebody that you're like partnering with, and it could just be me. If you're on my team, have it be me, or if you're not even on my team, whatever. It's just a matter of having somebody that's holding you accountable every single day for what you're doing. So are you working your business? Are you posting every day? Are you blitzing every day? Like, I blitzed this lady today. I was like, yeah, right. She barely even speaks English, and she didn't even know what I was saying. But you know what? She's going to call me, and she's going to buy a wrap. So you just have to have somebody that you're like checking in with all the time, that you guys can like push each other so that you guys can like work to your full potential, because that, I feel like, really helped me along the way for sure. So
yeah,
that's it.
I totally agree. Thanks so much, Trisha, for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, so Hannah is next, and we know how Hannah is. And this is exactly why I asked her to speak tonight, because she keeps it real. There ain't no fluff when it comes to Hannah. And I love that about her. And I wish I could have like an ounce of that within me, because I don't really have much of that. And I feel like when I have a conversation with her, that she gets me fired up, because she speaks the truth. And a lot of times people don't want to hear the truth. So, Hannah, do you want to share a little bit about your why from when you started to where you are now, and how you keep yourself motivated through slow times, down times? I can't wait to hear that part of it. So go ahead. Do you think?
Downtime. Yes, downtime. Whew. So it's funny, of all days that Ashley asked me to speak is today. And Ashley knows why today. But I'll start off with my why. So the funny thing is, I've kind of learned that your whys are always going to change in this business. Sometimes it's going to change from like day to day. Sometimes it's going to change from week to week. But being in the company for the last few years with It Works, my business and my why started with, I was sick of working. I was sick and tired of being away from my kids. I was sick and tired of dropping off my daughter to be raised by my mother-in-law. And at the time when I heard about it, I was pregnant, and that was kind of a reality check in itself of, here comes another kid that's never going to see me for 8 hours a day, and they're going to be raised by my mother-in-law again, which I love my mother-in-law to death. Don't get me wrong. God bless all mother-in-laws. They help us out. But you want to be the one that's home to raise your kids. Am I right? Like, how many moms are on the Zoom right now? Like, please shake your head. Yes. You feel me? Yes. So I wanted to be home with my kids so bad. And now my daughter's in school. Now my son is 2, but I'm still working. So I'm still working a full-time job, and I'm probably going to cry in the Zoom because it's been an emotional day. Y'all can't judge me because Hannah doesn't usually cry. This is your one chance to see me cry. Okay. So today, I hate talking about this. I hate crying about it. So I still work a full-time job, and today I had to fire 12 people that I've been pretty close with. And what sucks about it is your why is going to drive you and inspire you to get on Zoom calls after a crappy day at work, pour yourself a glass of wine after you worked 8 hours a day and you just had to fire 12 people and they all had to go home to their families and tell them that they lost their jobs. That is my why today. Because I just feel like I freaking ruined 12 people's lives today. And it hurts me knowing that I'm on that side, because Trisha was talking earlier about how she felt she was replaceable and that she felt that she was going to get fired at any time. Well, I'm on the other side of that today, and I was the one who had to let those people go. And I was the one that had to actually fire them. So today has been a really emotional day. Don't worry, I'm going to get drunk after this call. Don't you all worry, okay? But it's awful. It was a horrible day for me. So to be able to come on this Zoom and talk to you guys about a why, do you understand how many lives that you guys could go out and change of people who've been fired, people who don't have jobs, people who are suffering, people who do not have money for Christmas? Do you know how many people I've talked to every day that do not have money for presents for Christmas? And like, it kills them inside that they're not able to give a Christmas present to their kid. And it's not what I love to do. Like today, I did not love what I did. When I go out and I talk about it works, that's what I love to do, is to give people freedom, to talk to people about giving them the ability to have that freedom. What I do during the day is not my passion, because I'm an HR person who had to fire 12 people today. So what I want to do and why I do this is because I want to inspire other people. I want to not allow this shit to happen anymore. I want people to be able to go home and say, well, I got fired, but I still have it works. I still have income. We're not going to be suffering. So my why today, like I said, your whys are always going to change from day to day, but today's my why was, I don't want to have the power to hurt people in that position. I want to be able to give people the freedom and to inspire people. And so when people come to me, and this is where Ashley talks about the brutal honest Hannah, when people come to me with excuses of, oh, I just don't feel like doing my business, or I just don't, no one's going to buy from me, no one wants to purchase, blah, 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 blah. I'm the first one to say the brutal honesty of, okay, well, I'm pretty blunt, and I hate even being blunt sometimes, but I'm pretty much in their face of like, well, get over it. Because guess what? People do buy. People do need this business. Go step outside your comfort zone and go talk to a person who just got fired from their job, or who cannot provide for their family, or who are living on that corner because they can't even pay enough for their rent. People need this business. So you guys have to take the pain that people are going through in this, like take the pain of everyday life and just push past it. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't want to do the Zoom tonight because of today of how crappy it was, but I was like, no, I'm putting my game face on. I'm going to talk to my team. I'm going to help you guys learn that, or help inspire you guys, hopefully, that you have to push past the hard days. There's going to be absolutely crappy days, whether you're in this business or not. You're going to have bad days where your kids are being horrible, or you're fighting with your spouse, or there was a death in the family. Things are going to happen. Things are going to happen no matter whether or not you have this business or not. But what makes us different to most of the people who deny doing this business, or deny even giving themselves the chance of doing this business, is that we're going to push past it, and we're going to help other people. We're going to be able to inspire so many other people and help them. Can you imagine helping another person who have no job? And I'm sure some of you have already experienced this, but can you imagine helping a mom find that $99 to join, her going to Ruby and her making just a $500, $600 a month, and how life-changing that was, that you actually were the person that reached out to that person? Do you have any idea the impact that you guys have on these people's lives? And they're never going to forget about it. That is my why, and what fuels me is the amount of people on my team and how many people I want to help every single day. And yes, there's going to be hard days. Yes, we're going to get in our heads and think that there's slow months, when there's not really slow months. But you guys just have to get out of your head and just go talk to people, go make friends, go help people, bottom line. So I have no idea what I just said, because I just was out of body just now. So what was the other part of that? What was the last part that you asked me to say?
The last part was just how you get past those slow moments, which I think you kind of covered.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I think you did good.
I hate you, Ashley. You made me cry tonight. It was a crappy day, and I love you all. Thanks for listening to me ramble.
And you know what? You got to push past your comfort zones, and sometimes you cry on Zoom. So that's all there is to it. It's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Hannah.
Welcome.
Go drink your bottle of wine now.
Oh, I'm already halfway done.
Okay, so two women have two completely different experiences of why they started and why they do this business. And that's what makes this company so special, is it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your background. All that matters is that you're here and you're working towards the freedom to make your decisions in life of whatever you want to do. And I don't know how choppy this is going to be, so I'll post the recording. Okay, guys? So if it gets too choppy, don't stress. I'm going to post the recording. But my why has definitely changed throughout the course of the last 4.5 years that I've been in the business. I started like everybody else. I wanted to make $500 a month, and I was able to do that very quickly. And when I realized that I could help other people do the same, that's ultimately what sold me on this company. That's ultimately what sold me on this business, when I would hear our corporate team talk about changing lives, and that was their goal. Our focus was to help other people change lives, and that's what we get to do every single day. So, you know the saying that, you know what I mean, like, you think you have it bad, but there's somebody out there that always has it worse. And that's what I constantly told myself. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at the bigger picture, there are times in life where people struggle financially and they can't pay their monthly bills and they can't afford food. And, there's all these stresses that they have going on in their lives. And I always think that it can always be so much worse. So to be thankful for what you have. And with this business, I've been able to give back to those people. I've been able to do that. I go and pay off layaways at Toys R Us, and I don't do it for recognition. I just do it because that's how I grew up. My mom Christmas shopped for us by doing layaways, and she paid for it for 6 months. And it was just something that I knew stressed her out every year come holiday season. And it's just something that really affects me in my heart, that I love to do. I donate at every chance I get. These are the things that I've been able to do because of It Works. Because I can tell you what, before It Works, my husband and I were living paycheck to paycheck. So we had no extra money to spoil ourselves, let alone give back. And that is something that I am so passionate about with this business, that I preach left and right, because there really is something special, not to only be able to take care of your family financially and not have to worry about anything, but to be able to take care of other people too. That's why I know I'm in the right place. And, I know you guys have heard me talk about this, which is why I wanted Trisha and Hannah to get on, because hearing it from other people really hits home for people. Like Hannah having to fire 12 people today, like she said, like, I can't even imagine what they're going to do when they go home and have to tell their husbands or wives that, listen, I don't know what we're going to do for the next few months because we have no income coming in now. Like, how is that a life to live? And I remember, just one quick story, and then we're going to cut it off. But I remember when I started making the 6-figure income that I started making with It Works. And I told my husband that, I'm ready for you to quit your job. I'm ready for you to come home. You work too much. You're miserable at your job. Like, what's the point of that? And, it was very stressful. It was something that we were like, really? Like, do we want to take this chance? And so we came to the agreement. We picked the date that he was going to quit his job. And literally the week after he quit his job, 1,200 people in his company were fired, were let go. And it's just crazy to me. Like, if we didn't have It Works, that was besides my income with It Works, that was our only income, was what he was doing for us. So if I would have never started It Works and he would have gotten laid off from his job, we would have been that family. We would have been that family that we were like, what are we going to do next? What's going to happen? What are we going to tell our kids? What are we going to tell our families? But because I took a chance on this company, and like Trisha said, I busted my ass in this business for the first, I still do, but to get to where I wanted to be, I worked hard. I put 40 to 50 hours a week into this business until I hit presidential. So it's like, if you want this that bad, go out and get it. The only person that's stopping you from hitting presidential or triple or ambassador is yourself. You're the only person stopping you from doing that. So when times get hard, push through. We're right around the corner from a new year, and I'm telling you, it's going to be life-changing. 2017 is going to be unlike any other year. So ladies, thank you so much for being on tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I will post this recording back in the group page so your teams can watch it because it's really, really great stuff. And I'm going to go live in our group page in about 3 minutes to discuss some changes going on. So have a great evening. Super excited for what's to come. Thanks again, ladies, for sharing your stories, and we'll chat next week. Bye.